Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is L, and I'm going to be bringing you a Call of Duty Ghosts Pro Tips video on how to increase kill opportunity. So, the first thing is basically you want to avoid areas where a lot of your teammates are, and the reason for that is because when there's a lot of teammates in one area, it decreases your ability, or the chances of an enemy spawning around you or in that area that you are in. Also, if you have a lot of teammates around you, it is less likely that you're going to get a kill because your teammates are also going to be getting kills, though sometimes teammates just die. But I mean, in general, people are going to get an average of 1 to 2 kills, and now if you compound that over like 6 people on one team, that's 5 other people, then that's like 5 or 10 kills that you did not get because there were other people around you. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to avoid areas where a lot of your teammates are, because it will increase your ability to get kills on the enemy. Another thing you want to consider in increasing kill opportunity is map knowledge and traffic flow, or knowledge of traffic flow. So first of all, map knowledge really helps because it'll allow you to get into areas where you can get a lot of kills and avoid danger, because if you have map knowledge, like vantage points that are going to allow you to pretty much stay safe and still get a sufficient amount of kills to do well. And that's pretty easy because in general the map does not change except for like Strike Zone, where it's completely changed after you get the KAIM strike. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. But another thing you want to consider the second thing that you want to consider is the traffic flow. That's a little bit more difficult because because of the vast number of people that play this game, the playstyle varies a lot. Like, if you haven't noticed, the gun you use actually really influences how you play. So like, if you have an SMG, you tend more to rush because when you're in long ranges, it has a decreased effectiveness because SMGs are not made for long range. So that's one thing you have to take into account. Another thing is that different people play different playstyles. Like, for instance, sometimes I'll play very offensive and I'll play aggressive, or I'll play very defensive and I'll play on the outside of the map. So when considering traffic flow, it's very difficult to predict, but there are a few basic things that don't generally change, and that is areas, specifically high traffic areas like the middle of the map, because a lot of times when people are in the middle of the map, or not in general, a lot of times people play in the middle of the map because that's a high traffic area. That's where all the kills are happening. That's where you want to go to get the kills because there are a lot of people that are going to be there. Now, that you can take advantage of, because if you are a smart player, you can use your map knowledge to find vantage points like I am right now, and you can pick off people that are in like the high traffic areas, like this guy right here that I'm shooting at, and you can pretty much pick them off. Though I do have to say the MTAR was not the greatest choice for the long range gunfights, but I did have to take into account that there's a KAIM strike going on, and I needed to stay indoors to avoid dying. So this is where map knowledge especially comes in handy, is when you know the high traffic areas and you know the vantage points that look over that, so that you can pretty much get kills without revealing yourself or dying. And what especially helps is the suppressor. The suppressor helps a lot, and that's also another thing, is because you're going to be playing in like the enemy spawn, or you're going to be playing away from allies, you are going to want to run stealth classes, because for the most part, if you're not like a super pro player, if you play without stealth classes and you're playing this playstyle where you're in the enemy spawn, it's more likely that you're gonna die, because most of us can't handle the amount or the large influxes of people and enemies that you have to take out without getting into a disadvantaged gunfight or dying. So that's one thing. However, there also is a draw for playing with an unsuppressed weapon and without stealth, or without a stealth class, and that is that it will attract more enemies because you are in, because first of all, the enemies can see you on the minimap. So this is also another thing you want to consider when you're trying to increase your kill opportunity, is that unsuppressed weapons draw more attention, but it also increases the risk of dying. So there's there's a little bit of a weighing factor in that, and also what I would consider is your playstyle. If you are not like a pro player that can handle like a 4v1, then I would suggest playing the stealth stealth class. And right there, that was a really good example of what I was talking about. Is if your enemies are not in that area, or if your teammates are not in this area, it is more likely that the enemies are going to spawn. And this Call of Duty specifically did not do that well in controlling the spawns to where they don't spawn right in front of you. So I don't know, I feel like this game especially has worse spawns than before, and I know I'm going off topic, so I'll wrap this up really quickly, but just in general, you want to try to get into areas where the enemies are going to spawn, or you want to increase the chance of enemies spawning near you by avoiding your teammates. I do want to caution you though. There is a difference between playing aggressive and increasing kill opportunity. In general, when you play aggressive, you do not think as much. Increasing kill opportunity pretty much entitles you thinking a lot, and encompassing your knowledge of traffic flow and of the map. And this is very essential because if you haven't noticed yet, I'm playing somewhat defensive. I'm moving between sides of the map where it's safe. I'm moving to areas where the vantage point would increase my ability to pick off people. They also look over areas where a lot of traffic flow occurs. So all these things are being considered when I'm playing, and what you want to do is you want to integrate this knowledge into how you play, and it will hopefully help you do better in this game, because you're thinking more, and when you think more, it's more likely that you'll do well, because this game especially, it relies a lot more on skill and thought to do well instead of just running around and spraying. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share. Have a nice day, and God bless.